back to the Virtually Lost podcast. So, what did you think of my birthday? I actually enjoyed my birthday quite a bit.
Oh yeah, the
I
birthday
think
was
I had a
fun.
fun time. I think honestly, you left at the perfect time.
Like when we walked into the bar, or before we even walked into the bar, because we passed by that bar to go check out, see how another one was popping.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Knew it was wild because that shit at the window was some obscene
It was
shit.
less than I thought. I actually imagined it being worse.
Well, when we walked in,
Once we walked in,
once we walked in, it wasn't too bad. Midway
yeah,
through, when we were at the bar, someone went on all fours. It was fucking wild. Face
yeah,
down,
that was
ass
wild.
up.
Yeah,
It
face down.
was
Yeah, it was a lot.
It's a bit too much for that bar.
Yeah.
Not enough room for that specifically. It's like, damn, you're just taking up too much space. Like, I don't care if you do this, but
Yeah,
I don't. Not in
not
this.
here, not in this area.
Go do that shit somewhere else. Come on, I'm trying to dance.
Oh man,
Usher, Yaz playing. Come on, I'm not gonna step off the dance floor just so you can go out here. A mess. It was fun though. It was a fun night.
It was fun. Yeah, honestly, it was like I mean, it was chill. Like everything we did was like fun. Like it wasn't. I think. I mean, you missed kind of the crazier parts. I don't know if they were.
I never got filled
discussed.
in. What happened?
Yeah. So apparently there was somebody. There was this guy propositioning people for favors on the dance floor. I mean, obviously they were a little gone, and they were just like going up to everybody apparently, just offering services.
Keep it PG. Yep. And then like
that was a little wild.
Before the bars though, the dinner was nice. I got Gary's Pizza. I gotta talk about this actually because this was like the one upset for me for the night. Was we went to a craft house, and there's a
little restaurant
place or on the menu there was Gary's Pizza, which had a star next to it, meaning it was a recommended dish,
right?
And it had Gary's name on it. I don't know who Gary is. It's like the craft house was Finney's. But if you have someone's first name on it, like you'd expect it to be good.
That's a signature dish right there.
Yeah. Like I would never put anything that I wouldn't put my name on any dish that I didn't think was like top tier. Right, so I was like, Gary has endorsed this dish. It should be fine.
Gary.
Yes.
Everybody knows Gary. Everybody loves Gary.
Mm-hmm. And got it. That shit was subpar. I've had DiGiorno.
Okay, but you're gonna say it's subpar. You gotta say why. You gotta give me some concrete details. Don't be IGN. Give me the
Let's see. The best way to describe it was just bland. Like it just tasted like bar pizza. Like if I was drunk, actually no, even if I was drunk, I'd still say like there's better pizzas to be had from Little Caesars for $5.99.
Really, Little Caesars.
Gary needs to take his name off that dish, or he needs to get his
taste buds at least it was for a good cause. All right?
Yeah, I donated $1 because I got that pizza. There's a good reason why that donation is going there, because there's no other reason to order that pizza other than the donation.
Oh man, roasting him. I had my salad was actually pretty good. This is the rare times that I was like craving a salad, and I was like,
I probably did good for you for the night because like you don't feel like too weighted down. And then what topic got brought up at the bar? It was Spider-Man. The arguments on
who's the best Spider-Man? Who's the best Spider-Man?
I don't remember the middle one that they were saying was someone was
Andrew
saying
Garfield.
Was the best. I've never watched an Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, so I can't say anything.
Interesting. I think he's pretty good. I don't know if I'd say he's the best. I really like Tom Holland, to be honest with you.
I really like Tom Holland's.
I think he really makes sense as Spider-Man, but I like Tom Holland's. Is that what you said?
Yeah. We've gone past this point where I mess up names a lot. Because remember Tommy in it? Tommy in it? I said Tommy in it.
Tommy in it. I don't remember that one. That's a good one.
That was when we were doing the Streamer Awards episode. I've been having to edit them, so I think I know the scenes a little bit more.
You're going through it more. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you go back and watch Tobey Maguire, his movies aren't like
they don't hold up.
I don't think they hold up as much as people want them to hold up. Definitely not the third one.
Oh well, we don't talk about the third one. Third one, we know it doesn't exist, right? That shit got sealed off. I don't think even two
got quarantined.
Good. Yeah, like just one is like solid. I'd say one is solid.
Yeah. It's a fun movie for sure, but I feel like
Fun. You're gonna say that about Uncle Ben's death? Come on.
true. It's a good point. Good point.
Tom Holland's is just like good. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, it's good. It's good.
just
It's a good
solid.
movie all around.
Maybe the budget contributes to that, but I can't sit here and say that his performance is my favorite of the
Yeah,
Spider-Mans that I
yeah.
have seen. Andrew
No,
Garfield's
but
I saw
Andrew
though.
Garfield does put in a good performance. I think someone had the point where he's not very like nerdy or something. He's very like charismatic.
Mm.
Andrew Garfield, very charismatic, and a lot of people like the actor. So the movie, the movie's less good.
Movie.
Eh, but
Was there more
it's
than one?
honestly the best parts of him just like fighting crime or whatever as Spider-Man. Like just like the scenes where he is Spider-Man are like really good, and he had like a good romance with Emma Stone. Yeah,
Oh, Emma Stone.
yeah, he
Okay.
had a really good thing with Emma Stone. So that was fun. Oh, Gwen Stacy, that's the other person. No, I
Gwen
remember.
Stacy.
Yeah,
Interesting.
that's the other love interest. That was
Oh,
fun. That was like the best part of this movie. Were like the characters, but the actual like story itself was pretty meh.
meh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
meh. If I remember it, like yeah, especially the villains were kind of like meh.
Yeah, I saw something
Um,
crazy by the way on the movie aspect, since we're still talking about it,
yeah, go ahead.
is Sonic is having a second movie,
Hmm.
so the Xbox is releasing controllers, a red and a blue one for Sonic and Knuckles with fur on it, and it's as
I
disturbing as it
mean,
sounds.
to be honest with you, it hasn't been done. This is revolutionary. This is the first furry
It
controller.
it definitely is furry. Like that's all I could say about the controller. The concept of it is disgusting to me though, because like, have you
Because yeah,
ever?
you're like kind of grubby. You're always like
Yeah.
playing games with
Well,
like grubby
there's
hands or whatever.
there's that exactly, like grubby hands, like, and then there's people whose hands
Gamer
sweat.
hands. Oh,
Yes,
that
and
too.
could you
Yeah.
imagine if you
I've never
got the
had my hands sweat, so I
controller?
wouldn't know. I don't have personal
Yeah,
experience with
I
this.
don't either, but I know people who do, and
Mm.
I could imagine the idea of someone handing me a controller that looks like that
And it
shit just
being
got out
wet.
of a gym. Yeah, like the shit just dropping off.
Oh,
I
it sounds
that sounds disturbing to
disgusting.
me. I can never condone this. Or it's like, oh my gosh.
That's good points. Good points all around.
Yeah,
Maybe
if
when
you got the
there's
controller, it's an
yeah,
immediate just put it on for display. Never use it. That's how I give
yeah.
the opinion of that controller.
It's too much power in the hands of one person.
Yeah, you can ruin someone's day if you
You
hand
can
them a
ruin
bad
someone's day
controller.
with that controller. Yeah, I feel like if you're the person who bought it, like only you can use it, and that's it. Like,
Yes,
yeah, that's a one-person controller. That's
and there's certain foods you have to have. Like if you get the red or the blue
yeah,
controller. Like if you
yeah,
if you like eating chips, probably go with the red one because Takis, hot Cheetos, they're just like
right,
mass skin. But if the blue one, it looks like you got the flakes
right.
on the
Oh god,
controller.
it sounds disgusting.
Yes, it sounds disgusting because it
Uh,
is. Why would you make
I
a
mean, I
furry
don't use
controller?
personally. I don't usually eat food while I game. I like drink water or something, or like I
Hmm.
drink something.
A
But
human, a humane act.
I'm like super annoying about that kind of stuff. I'm like
Mhm.
OCD about keeping my gaming stuff clean, but that's just me.
Do you
I
eat
don't
chips
know.
with chopsticks? It's very sanitary.
No, I
It's very
don't
nice.
actually.
Gotta hop on that.
I'm pretty good
It's
with
very
chopsticks.
nice.
I probably could if I wanted to, but I just haven't
Hmm.
done that. Yeah.
A good one to practice with are Funyuns.
Oh well, that makes sense. Yeah.
Hmm. Gotta hop on it. It's a
What would
clean
what
way
would
to
be the
keep
hardest one? What would be the hardest chip to eat with
tortilla
chopsticks?
chips.
Oh, because they're like heavy. They could like fall out
Or
or
could they
what?
break?
Or they could break. Yeah, true, true.
Hmm.
What are we thinking? Are tortilla chips stronger than Lay's, or which break easier?
Oh, that's a good point. I think
Yeah,
Lay's would actually break easier.
yeah, yeah.
Or even,
But
well, we all know.
Ruffles is more reinforced.
I actually don't know about Ruffles because they have some trash flavors, in my opinion.
I like Ruffles. I like basic Ruffles better than basic Lay's.
Oh, okay. That's understandable. If
Mhm.
it's basic, the
Yeah,
basic flavors,
basic.
that's fine.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it has more reinforcement. It's pretty good in
Mhm.
my opinion.
Well,
More
the hardest one
utility.
for sure would be like a Pringles because you keep like trying to use
Oh,
chopsticks
that's a
in a
good
Pringles
point. That's
can.
a good point because you can't. That's like that old game with Operation or whatever. Just to get a
Mm-hmm.
just to get a chip out of that. Get it out intact.
It's not possible.
Impossible. It's not
Mm-hmm.
possible.
We've digressed. We for sure have digressed. Oh yeah, but you're after your birthday,
Mm-hmm.
drove back, zooming. I'm pretty sure I passed some of our friends on the way there, like because they left a few minutes before me because my car would not unlock because I have that issue of
Yeah.
I had to try probably 2 minutes. I most likely look like a burglar trying to get into my own car.
Your car.
And zooming, and luckily we left at around one ish, like a little after
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Around there.
And Raising Cane's in Santa Maria
Still.
closes at 3 a.m. I
That's why you went
was zooming.
Russian.
I was checking my watch every 5 minutes, like, oh, please make it. And I got into town, pulled up, saw the drive-through line was intense, and luckily the front door was open, so I just walked in.
Yeah.
And
Beautiful.
got my order. When they handed it to me as I left, they said, "Good morning," and I said, "Yeah, morning."
Same to you.
That's all I was thinking. Is like, this is not my morning. And I went home. I watched League because it was my favorite team for Korea playing for the finalist spot. Genji versus Damonkia, and that was an intense series.
Slowly starting to learn. Yeah.
Yes. Because I got back, I think, mid game 2, and it's best of 5s in semifinals.
Okay. So still a good point.
Yeah.
A good point
so
in the series.
I was up till game 3, and then I fell asleep unintended. I wanted to stay up for the whole thing. I fell asleep after game 3 before game 4 had started. I woke up at 2 hours later, and immediately I just checked Reddit. I don't know why. I checked Reddit, not remembering that to finish watching the series. And I saw they won, or Genji won 3-2. So I was like, okay, I got to go back to watch this. And the 2 games that I missed were borderline cyberbullying of an individual player. And the thing is, the players that were what I would consider cyberbullying in League were the Genji players. They were so focused, but somehow ended up winning both of those games. It was a damn miracle that it was even possible. Because watching game 4, it kind of made sense because Damonkia, the team that they were playing against, was just targeting their top laner and their tank. I'll try to keep it brief because before people fall asleep, because I'm talking about League. But they were targeting a tank.
I have a good story after this.
Okay. Yeah. They're targeting a tank, which is, even though he didn't have a lot of items and gold, his ability is make up for it. He doesn't have to do a lot of damage. He just needs to use his abilities. So although they target him, they still end up winning that game. And then game 5, it was just a complete gap of their junglers. But Damonkia were just so far ahead that they do the things that overconfident people do, and kind of limit test. And then they threw their gold, and they had some items that really are only good when you are far ahead. And if you die with said item, you lose the advantage and you have to sell it. So it really closed the goal gap, and then they lost one fight, and then the game was over. Damn. It was 30 minutes of winning to lose one fight, and then you just lost the series. It was a tragedy. But it was so now it's T1 versus Genji, and genuinely I am fine with both teams winning. I'm a Genji fan, but T1 is undefeated, and that'd be kind of dope if they go on undefeated throughout the whole split, and then the winner goes to MSI.
Oh, there you go.
So that's what's happening. So, and your story, because before I lose everyone's attention.
My story is a continuation of a series we have on this show. What happened to Julian this week? What strange thing has happened to him this week? We're gonna need some background on this. So I have been having issues with my car for the last probably 2 months, probably a little bit more.
Probably longer, I'd honestly say.
So first things first, I had to fix a big old dent on the back of my car that I got from backing up into a large construction truck.
How
uh,
long ago was that?
that was 2 years ago.
Oh,
It
okay,
was
okay.
like
So it's
maybe
been
even
some time.
3 years ago at this point. um, yeah. So I've had that dent in my car for 3 years, and I wanted it fixed finally. But I was taken into this shop that like a lot of people know around here, and it was like very well, highly regarded. So I was like, cool, whatever. I'll get my. It cost me a chunk of change, but I was like, all right, whatever. As long as it's done right, cool. Got it done. Looks great, perfect. Um, then I was like, well, I had bought a car spoiler because I just thought it looked cool. I just wanted one, right? So I bought it. And it took like, gosh, like 3-4 months to come in. I was like, perfect. But I'm not like handy. I can't install it myself. So I
Mhm.
was like, I asked the people that did my trunk, can you do this car spoiler for me? And they're like, no, nah, we can't do that. Like we don't take that liability or whatever, right? Because they
Mhm.
have to cut holes in my trunk technically
Oh,
to,
okay,
to
yeah.
do it. Yeah, to like set it
Not
up.
licensed to do that.
Yeah, or they just don't want to take the liability. They could do it, but they just don't want to, basically.
Mhm.
Um, so they recommended me to a place. The first like sign I should have taken to maybe I shouldn't have taken to this place, my navigation took me to the wrong place. Like it wasn't like registered correctly. It was taking me like across the street. So it
Okay.
took me like a good half hour just to find this place. Um, I guess you could say that was probably my fault, but I had to like use 2 different apps to like find the right place.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And it took
The
like
Apple Google
forever.
Maps
Yeah.
conundrum.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, all right, cool. And then like I go to this place and it's like the sketchiest place that I could have possibly gone. It was just, you just go in there, there's just dogs roaming around the
Wait
place.
a minute. You sure you didn't take this to someone's house?
I mean, honestly by the end of it I was like, yeah, this probably is somebody's house. I'm not even sure that it's fully a business here, but I don't know, whatever. I mean, it's like in downtown
Mhm.
for the city we live in, so it's like it's like all the way downtown. It's like probably the part of town you're not trying to stay there too late. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
um, but I was like a little bit. It was like, all right. I mean, as long as I do good work, I don't really care. Um,
Yeah.
second thing was they were only charging me $100, which I was like, I had no like reference point to see is that a lot, a little. I mean, it seemed like reasonable amount to me, so I was like, okay, whatever. I mean, they got recommended to me by that other place that did like an amazing job, so I was like, cool. Um, and then they were like, yeah, just leave it there. Give us the stuff that like that you got from the people that made the spoiler or whatever. And it's like, oh, all good to go, right?
Mhm.
And then I was like, cool. And they were like, yeah, we'll give it to you by the end of the day. And most days, most businesses like ends at 5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, before that, I had called them like 2 times, and they were like, yeah, like because I was like, it was already getting late. It was already getting like at 3, so it was like I called them a couple of times. They were like, oh yeah, yeah, they're working on it. They're working on it. I call at 5 again. I get the automatic answering machine. I'm like, fine. This was like what, Saturday, so I was like, well, they say they're not open tomorrow, so damn, like I'm gonna have to find a ride to work on Monday. Like I don't know what I'm gonna do, right?
Mhm.
I get a call at like 8 p.m. Your car's done. I'm like, well, cool. I'm cool. I mean, uh, sick. I go pick it up. Uh, I go back to get my car, and there's like, I don't know if like a kickback or something going on at this place. I'm like, uh, cool. There's like stray dogs just running around outside. I'm like, ah man, yo, you got my keys though? Can I, I think I need to get out of here. I think I need to skedaddle. Um, I just I paid them and I was like, all right, cool. I mean, I took my car, but I noticed something a little weird. My car was closed, but it was saying my trunk was open. So I was like, that's a little weird, right? So like
Mm-hmm.
before I leave, I like just go to the back and I just like pop it open and close it again, thinking, it's just probably a little loose. Someone was working on it, left it a little open or something.
Yeah.
And so I just open and close it, and it's like it's not going away. I was like, that's weird. So I take it home. I like try like moving it, like pushing it down a little bit more, and I was like, okay. So I open up the trunk, and that's where they were working on the spoiler, and I see a bunch of like wires going like through it, and I was like, huh, like is it possible that this wire that kind of attached to my trunk is like having it not able to close all the way? I was like, oh, that's a little weird. I mean, you'd think they do it a little better, but whatever. It looks a little, no, it looks a little messy. I'm like, it looks nice from the outside, so I mean, like, it should be okay. But luckily for me, I had already scheduled maintenance, like regular maintenance on it, like the next day. I was gonna go take it to just get the oil change and stuff at the place I usually get my stuff done. And I take it to them, and I'm like, hey man, can you do all my stuff, and then can you check my trunk? It's like saying that it's open, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and they were like, yeah, whatever, all cool, ready to go. I get a call like a couple hours later. But what'd you do to your car?
Oh no.
What'd you do to your car, man? I
No.
was like, yeah, I took it to go get the spoiler installed. It's like, man, they messed up your car. These people, I think you gotta like sue them or something because they fucked up your car. And
Got
they were like,
fleeced.
yeah, like they left wires all over the place. Like if you just take out this like piece right here, you can see that they fucked up your whole shit right here, man. I was like, uh, okay. And it's like, and we have no idea why your light is on. No clue.
Oh god.
So I was like, perfect. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Pay, whatever it costs, and then I'm like, okay, I have to schedule it again for them to actually look at the bumper. I take it again, and they're like, yeah, we have no clue. We need to we need to take it to like this like deep dive of the entire car. And I'm like, okay. So by this time, the person, like this guy at the place I go take my car, was like, hey man, like you're saying that the actual door locks. It's not like it's like it's not really technically affecting you. Like maybe it's just you gotta take the L. Like, maybe that's just how it's gonna be. This dude was just trying to dissuade me to spend more money to fix it. I was like, I appreciate the sentiment, but I do want my car fixed because it wasn't even because it thought that the trunk was open. Um, Other things wouldn't work, like the beeper. Like when you click lock and it beeps.
Yeah.
That wasn't working also because it thought the door was open, and when the door's open, it doesn't beep to like let you know that the door's open.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, no, I'd rather just get it fixed, right?
Yeah.
And so I take it for like the last time, and they're like, oh, we found it. We found the reason why. So apparently these people had, because the spoiler light lit up, like it had a brake light on the spoiler, right?
Okay. Yes.
And they had gone like finding wires, and they had found the wire for my trunk that actually tells it, hey, is it open or is it closed, right? They had found that wire, cut it so that they could use it for my light, but they realized, oh shit, this is the wrong wire. So, so they just tie up the wire. They don't put any like, they don't actually like seal it back up or anything. They just literally like tie it like a fucking zip tie, and like like
Mm-hmm.
put it back and then hit it with like a little like a little cover. That's all they did.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like shorting right there. Like it wasn't like,
Holy shit.
yeah. So it was continually saying the trunk is open, and it wasn't nothing was gonna change that unless they actually found that wire. And of course, the reason why they could never find it was because it was covered.
Mm-hmm.
And then apparently, when they did find the right the right wire. Where the way they connected it was by using speaker wire to connect it to the actual light. They used wire that was meant for speakers to actually connect it to the correct light. So like the people at the place I take it to have to like rewire the whole thing. And yeah, the guy had to like give me like basically a lecture and was like, yeah, man, don't take it to these kind of places ever again. Like basically
the one you recommended.
It wasn't the same place. It wasn't the other place. It was a separate place that just does my maintenance. The first ones were specifically for this one piece.
I thought that the people who recommended that place would
no.
don't
that would have been worse. That would have been worse. But they were this man just gave me like this dude was trying to be my dad and was like giving me a whole lecture of like what not to do. And he was like honestly, man, they owe you money. This is the worst job I've literally seen in 15 years of working here.
Holy shit.
And I was like, man, I just took it on a recommendation. I would have taken it somewhere else if they would have told me to go somewhere else. But I was like, that's been my life for like the last couple months.
Well, at least it's solved.
Yeah, at least it's solved. At least it's solved now.
Finally. So it's cleared up now, right?
Like now it's cleared up. Now I'm all good now. Luckily the spoiler still looks good.
Okay.
Luckily it looks good.
Does its light work?
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh? Yeah.
Does its light work? Yeah.
The
only thing that matters.
Yeah, the light works. I'm like, oh my god, dude. I'm like stressing myself out. But that's my life. Yeah, that's I don't know. Strange things. It's like small strange things always tend to happen to me for some reason.
Same here. That's one of the things.
This is a reminder to go watch the episode where I get my PS5. The story about how I get my PS5. That's one of my favorite ones I've had so far.
I think that's probably still my favorite story on this podcast is the PS5 story.
The PS5 story is a good one. It is a good one.
I need to go back and listen to how I talk about the Nier story or the Nier concert story because
the Nier concert.
I love that story.
I love that one, yeah.
But that is episode 2, so it's like, and that's also a solo recording, so there's a lot of problems I have with that episode.
Yeah,
like audio quality wise.
I watched that episode, by the way, just to see it. It was a good one. Even though I literally had heard the story before. That was a fun night. That was a fun night in general.
Yeah. But you mentioned all these problems with your car as making me think like how much longer does my car have left in it? Because that thing if
it's working. It's working.
Heck, Santa on the trip back to
me, I literally caused my own fucking problems.
Yeah. My car is relying on faith, I think, basically at this point. It's almost got its time for it to retire or to get passed on to someone else. That's what happens. You don't give up the car, you just pass it to someone else as a problem. That's why I like the cities.
Speaking of things finishing, I finally finished Persona 5 Royal.
Oh shit. I didn't beat as before you. I'm a little bit bummed on that.
Yeah. So you were close there. You could have if you wanted to.
If that was the only game I was playing, there's a chance. But I've been going for Masters and Apex again.
Yeah.
But now that you've beaten it,
yeah,
we have to give the weekly thoughts on Persona. So now that you've been Royal,
yes,
thoughts on the game.
Fucking amazing. What they added for Royal made the base game so much better. 100%. Probably my favorite palace. My favorite like palace like story. You know, they all have kind of their own like little arcs or whatever. My favorite palace arc. And Kasumi's best girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, how does Persona rank up in terms of like favorite games? Everything.
Persona 5 Royal is probably top, if not top 1, top 2.
Okay. What would be the other one? Is it?
It's still probably Earthbound. I was
gonna say
the concept of it. Yeah. I haven't even beaten that game. I shouldn't even say that. It's my favorite game. I haven't beaten it. Just as a concept, it's like it's my favorite thing of all time. Yeah. But
that makes sense. Like Nier and well, before Persona was like I would say is my favorite game series. I would say Persona was my favorite game series back then, and at that point I hadn't played any of them. Then Nier Replicant, well, what is Replicant Gestalt was my favorite game from the Nier series, but I'd only played Automata. I just watched everything and like listened to the music.
Yeah, exactly. If anybody wants to tell me I'm a fake fan, I was on the forums. I was on the fucking Earthbound forums.
The game facts, baby. Game facts.
Yeah, seriously. Like there was actually like a pretty like well known like Earthbound forum that was on there in like 2011. So fuck you.
Yeah. I think it's understandable to say, you know,
I had just watched so much shit.
You haven't. You haven't. Even if you haven't fully beaten the game, it could still be your favorite game. If you,
I've played like the first like maybe like half of the game like at least 20 times.
Yeah. But you've done the extra curriculum.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Funny. No, interestingly enough, when I was streaming Persona 5 Royal, the most recent time, there was someone who tuned in, and they were playing vanilla Persona 5 at that time, and I was like curious because I don't want to tell someone how to play their game, but I would say that there is no reason to play vanilla with Royal.
There's no reason anymore.
There is no reason.
No,
unless you want to listen to Kemi's old voice actor, because if that's your reason, I completely understand you. I miss her.
But other than that, you can get the whole Persona 1 experience in Persona 1.
Yeah, and more from Royal.
Yeah, and more. Yeah, exactly.
There's nothing you miss.
No.
But yeah, I didn't want to tell that person how to play their game because you know if they're enjoying it, that's all that matters.
Yeah,
but,
for sure.
Also, did you see the news?
What?
Breath of the Wild 2?
Oh yes, 2020 Thresh.
Yeah,
as expected. I mean, we heard so little about it. I was like, really? Is it gonna come out in 2022 when we've got like one trailer, 2 trailers max?
I don't to me, completely fine with it. I'm a little sad, but you know, I don't care when it gets.
Do you think we're gonna get a Switch, like Switch 1.5 or like some kind of like Switch 2 or something before that game comes out?
That's a good question.
Or is it gonna be announced before it comes out?
That is a good question because are you saying it's like gonna be like a Wii U situation where like they released Breath of the Wild 1 at the same time where it was on old Wii U, but then also on the new.
They love to do that with Zelda. They love to do that with Zelda.
That's honestly true because of how infrequent they release Zeldas now, like mainline Zeldas.
It's almost either at the tail end of a system or at the beginning of the system, or like right in that in between. Yeah,
there's a chance.
Yeah,
I'm very curious
or maybe they even delayed it specifically for that.
No chance.
They're like, I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't think so on that end. I think they're still announcing too many games for them to be doing that. But then again, you know, Nintendo operates on a different wavelength than most sane human beings and companies.
Sane companies, yeah. They're like, you want to stream our 20-year-old game that literally costs us like nothing, like that has no effect on our company. No, go fuck yourself.
Remember the other one I think of is Atlas. Remember when it's like, hey, you want to stream Persona 5? Nuh-uh. Like back when vanilla Persona.
Oh yeah, they didn't want like the story to get out.
Stream that.
Yeah. Was it because of spoilers or something?
I believe it was because of spoilers. I think you can maybe play like the first palace or somewhere along those lines. I remember it was something.
They were very strict. I remember that. That was like a little controversy for sure.
It was where they had to actually like
they DMCA'd people or something like that.
No, or like they had to give up on them.
Oh yeah, they had to give up on it. They had to like do a public kind of like apology kind of thing.
Yeah, I remember that. They basically gave people free go ahead on streaming that game.
Yeah. I feel like Atlas has been pretty good since
recently.
Then. Yeah. Recently Atlas has been pretty decent.
That's what I was gonna mention. I played the new Mario Party finally.
Oh, the newest one. It's like
the newest one, which is like all the old games.
The old games. Yeah.
Yes.
So what are you thinking?
Amazing. I loved it.
Really?
I played one game of it. There's only one game that I remembered. Like it was this one game. I forget which Mario Party. It was one of the GameCube Mario parties, but like you have to
the best ones.
It was one where you had your just characters holding a huge pencil and the screen's continuing to shift right, and you have to match the line. You have to trace the line. Yes, it was that one. When I saw that was the game we were playing, I just knew. I was like, this is a win. This is a win right here.
You did the whole thing where you're like, all right, I'm like late. Okay, now I'm getting serious.
The gamer posture.
The gamer posture.
No, but that one, there is also the option of bonus stars, and it's bonus stars yes, bonus stars classic, or just bonus stars like random. And
What's the difference between yes and classic?
I was going to say.
Oh,
So
sorry.
no, it's a good question. It's a good question to have.
Okay.
You know, keep the activity. You know, keep the class participating. There's of course no bonus stars, which ended the game after 20 turns.
Lame.
That's it.
Lame.
Yeah, classic is the one we played on at that time, which was the most money at any point in the game. It gets a bonus star, mini game star, and then the happening star, which is the green question marks, those kinds of.
And that's classic.
That's classic.
Okay.
And that's what we played on. And then the random has a bunch of other bonus stars. And in my opinion, we played classic, and I think the best option is either no bonus stars or random. Because classic, I was in 4th place, but I was cleaning up those fucking mini games. I'm so bad at the rolling and the board part.
You're so bad at the luck part.
Yes, the luck part I'm so bad at. But because I couldn't get a star, but I had so much money, I won like a majority of the mini games, and I was buying items that like let me roll onto or choose my dice roll specifically. Then I cleaned up all 3 bonus stars and I won the game with like 200 coin advantage. It was like it was. I was happy because I knew I was gonna win. Everyone was having a race. Meanwhile, I was just chilling in 4th place. But I was like, I'm winning this game. And bonus stars happened.
The prophecy was fulfilled.
And I think it just puts too much weight into winning mini games, because like winning mini games and most coins kind of go hand in hand, because winner gets most coin or gets 10 coins versus like 3 or 6 depending if you get second or third.
Yeah.
So random or no bonus stars is like the way to go. But overall, the game seemed really fun. I really liked it.
Yeah, that's good. It's been a while since we've had a good Mario Party.
Yep.
So that's pretty good. I'm starting my journey in Elden Ring. That's so I started my journey, and then I just went to go take a little detour at Triangle Strategy. Because I'm like, Elden Ring is fucking hard. I'm trying to beat the Tree Sentinel for like a couple days. I've gotten pretty close, but it's fucking hard. It's fucking hard. But I need to grind that game. I just straight up need to grind that game. So I'll probably
Triangle Strategy, because that was a
Triangle Strategy is actually really fun. Something that it does haven't seen in a lot of other of those style of games is like a level where it's like literally just telling a story, like where it actually puts a little bit more focus into the story, where it's like it's much more like the classic ones where it's like everything is in the the kind of battle engine, right? Everything looks like it's in like when it is when it's battle. It's not like cutscenes.
Okay, yes.
But it actually has those like battle scenes that are technically cutscenes. You know what I mean?
Because like Fire Emblem is very clear. You're fighting here. There's story here. Like it's
exactly.
Very much
so it melds them a little bit, and it has some interesting little different mechanics. Like it has like turning, so you have to put your character somewhere, but also where are they facing? Because if you get a back hit on somebody, that's an instant critical.
Oh shit, that's the XCOM. That's XCOM shit right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, XCOM. Are there percentages? Is it guaranteed hit? Please tell me it's like guaranteed hit, or there's not percentages.
I think there is percentages.
Okay, it's not like detailed though. Like if you're aiming at someone, it won't say like 73% chance to hit.
It does. I think it does.
It does. Oh gosh, I actually need to play that game then if it's XCOM. I want to go back into an XCOM type game, but just not XCOM.
Yeah, and then there's High Ground. High Ground's also interesting.
High Ground
High Ground bonus. You get I mean, you have like, I don't know if they do this in other ones where you have like mana, basically, where you have like action points or something where you can only spend a certain amount of action points and they need to refresh before you can do certain moves again. I don't remember if that was in Fire Emblem or something else.
There is in Fire Emblem, it's just the amount of times you can use a move. There isn't something like a
right. Like it has like a usage. I think here it's like no usage, but you have action points.
Okay.
So it's a little bit different. Pretty good. I love
that sounds very much
recently.
XCOM
I think in
like.
the last like 5 years, I've started to develop a really big love for TRPG or
Tactical
tactical.
RPG.
Yeah, tactical
Jesus
RPGs.
Christ, what the
Love
fuck did I
tactical
say?
RPGs. Yeah, love those. And this one looks pretty fun. And the character design is fucking gorgeous. And like I love the pixel, like the old pixel design. It's like a new version of the old pixel art. It's like so like pretty. It's just like really pretty. The story doesn't from the outset. It doesn't seem too complicated. It's pretty like if if you played something like Fire Emblem, pretty traditional. But I want to see how these characters develop because the characters like the character design at least is super cool, and I hope they develop the characters well.
I've watched a trailer for it, so
Mm-hmm.
tell me if I'm right on like how if what I pictured from the story from that trailer is right. So it
Mm-hmm.
seems like you're on an island, and then these two countries right next to you are fighting, and then somehow
Mm-hmm.
your country gets involved to some
It
degree.
seems like it. Seems like that's
Okay,
what we're going for.
that's like
Yeah,
roughly what I
but
had
it's like
gone.
like like classic like you are the royal, so
Yeah,
you're embroiled in the royal drama or whatever.
yeah.
So
Final Fantasy 15
yes,
esque.
yes, 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 yes,
You know.
yes. Actually, yes, and multiple fronts. Yeah. Yeah, it seems pretty good. Seems pretty
Okay.
good. I'm excited for that one actually.
I might have to borrow it from you when you
Yeah.
beat it, or honestly, I probably have to buy it because God knows when you'll beat the game.
That's a good point. That's a good point. And then I have, you know, which one I have on the way as well. I went on a bit of a shopping spree recently, but I got Tokyo Ghostwire, so I want to see how that one turns out. That one should be here soon.
It wasn't you. I think it was our friend Vincent. He was talking about that game. He's like, "Yeah, I want to play Tokyo Ghostwire," and my dumbass had said, "Is that the game that's like ghosts in that takes place in Tokyo?" I think I said it along those lines, and he asked me like, "Did you just ask? Like, do you know what you just said?" and
Ghosts in Tokyo.
and
I
like
feel
I had
like I
to
heard
think
you
for a
say that. I
second.
feel
Okay,
like
there's a
I
chance
heard
it
you
could have
say.
been you then.
Yeah, it could have
Could
been
have
at
been
my
you.
birthday party. I think.
No, it was like a while back. It wasn't something more recent.
I
It was a
feel
few
like
weeks back then.
it was like sometime like before or after the podcast where I was like, "Oh yeah, I want to play Tokyo Ghostwire." And you
Okay,
were like,
then it's a good chance it was you then.
I think it was me.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah,
because
I just like
I
took
remember
a
being
moment.
like, "Did you seriously just say that?"
Okay, yeah, it was most likely you then.
Yeah. Uh, that's funny, but it looks pretty good from what I've heard. I've heard like it's like sleeper hit of the year so far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like a sleeper.
It's pretty like it's end of quarter 1.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's pretty safe to say Elden Ring is most likely
Oh,
game of the year.
Elden Ring. It still has a huge concurrent player base, which is insane for like that type of game.
Yeah, no, my brother's put in like 150 hours.
I know some like what would you call them? Normie people from like my work that are playing Elden Ring, and I'm like, are you serious, man? He's like, yeah, I'm like super into it, like Elden Ring.
Oh wow!
Like usually this is the type of guy that'd be like into like COD or something. Just playing Elden Ring. Like, all right, respect.
Yeah, I think Elden Ring, it became so hype where it's beyond its genre where people are actually willing to try it who don't normally play the genre.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely a. What would you say is like a? It's like Breath of the Wild for like open world games kind of thing, or something like brought people in. Like I knew a lot of people that wanted to switch just to play. Like it's like a killer app kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know, but for like, it's more general. I don't know. It's like it's really cool. Yeah,
dang.
To see everybody playing this game. Yeah.
I need a new PC. My shit is breaking. Every time I turn it on, I'm like, this might be the last ride. My car's breaking down. My PC's breaking down.
Would you? Okay, a question. Would you want to make it yourself, or would you buy a pre-made?
I would probably want to make one myself and then get it like peer review from some friends. Because
don't ask me though, because like my power supply is sticky.
Yeah, I have some friends that are like more knowledgeable in that matter.
Yeah.
So I kind of just like to make one myself in my budget range, and then
it's a fun thing, dude. You know what the greatest thing is that there's so many people on YouTube that do PC rigs that they could give you advice on how to, to do one in whatever budget you're in. Like there's videos of like, oh, making a PC within this budget, doing this within this budget. It's like, it's so cool. It's so much fun. And there's so many tutorials on how to do it yourself on YouTube. So many.
One thing I am confident on though is I'm probably not gonna stick with an Intel chip this year. I'm probably gonna go to AMD because my Intel has not performed well for me, at least. I want to experiment with the other
or something.
I don't know what the fuck you're mentioning. You're going beyond my you're going beyond my knowledge.
Yeah, Threadripper. That's the AMD brand, like the gamer CPUs.
Okay.
It's like a hardcore shit. I think it's like if you're like, I don't know if what you have, like an i9 or an i7 for Intel.
I think mine is an i7, like 700K, something around there.
Yeah, 7th generation. Yeah, you're a little.
No, 10. You're no, 10s or 9.7, 9.7, 9,700K, I believe is what the number is.
That's interesting.
It's not an old. That's not an old one. That's why I'm very surprised at how.
Well, it's 7th gen. That's like, I think mine is similar. Wait, what 9.7? Then that would be an i9. If it's an i9 and it's not working for you, yeah. The only thing is though, the problem with computers is that you may have one really good piece, but if you don't have other components around it that like that let you use that piece to its max efficiency, like regardless of whether you have this one good piece, the other pieces might affect your good piece and like throttle it. So that's like what you have to look out for. That's why there's even websites that'll like, if you put all the pieces you want to use for your rig, it'll tell you what's compatible and what's not.
Oh, okay. So yeah, seems like it'd be nice to make my own, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. No, there's so many tools to make your own. I don't know. I honestly have no idea why you would ever get one pre-built, because usually you're paying more money for less quality parts. So
the simple matter is it's just, you just don't know enough to make your own.
Exactly. But since there's so much information out there, I think honestly anybody could do it, in my opinion. Yeah. I mean, literally all you need is like a screwdriver and to be very careful with what you're doing. Basically, that's like the hard part in my opinion. Because I made mine in just like my bedroom, and I didn't really have any special equipment or anything like that. So,
okay.
Yeah. And it's so fun. It's like really fun, and I'm due for a new one. That's probably what I want to start saving up for. So, yeah, we might be making our rigs around the same time, so I might have to trade secrets.
All right. Yeah. Sounds good. Also, probably like last topic, something I saw was all the news of like Crunchyroll expanding.
Crunchyroll, right? I wonder how long they're gonna keep paying for. I'm gonna have to keep paying for Funimation.
Yeah. Well, that was another thing I think I saw. There was something I saw about their pricing on Crunchyroll, but the main thing I saw was actually a lot of people are making note of the fact that anime VA dubbing is so low paying that like a lot of voice actors who do dubbing just choose not to do the anime ones because gaming and other categories pay like basically
so we're double. Getting like less dubs.
Yeah, less dubs, and like some voice actors just I don't know, just the wages I guess need to go up for anime dubbing.
Yeah.
And then it comes into the question of which animes should get dubbed. Right.
Because there are honestly some good dubs. Like when dubs are done right, they're like great. Like if you've ever seen Ghost Stories or Penny and Stocking, or
are you gonna really say Ghost Stories? Ghost Stories took that one was it's a hilarious dub, but like is that genuinely is that accurate. The essence of that one's not accurate. That's why
because it doesn't matter because the original show was trash anyways. It was a trash show. They actually made an entertaining experience out of a trash show. It was just like a kid's show. It was literally just a kid show.
Yes, it was a kid show.
And they turned it into something very
dub. If you have not seen that,
it's great. It honestly feels like a YouTube poop or like a YouTube parody series. That's what it feels like. But it's actually officially licensed.
Yeah,
I think they told the people who made it, just don't change the name of the characters. Do whatever you want. Just don't change the name of the characters. Do whatever.
And Penny and Stocking is a solid argument because that one is just genuinely a great dub.
Yeah, honestly, I would never watch the sub for that show specifically.
The delivery is just too good of some of the jokes.
And honestly, it makes sense because that show was like based on American cartoons, so it was like I don't know, it makes sense. But yeah, that dub for honestly, if I were in Japan, I would watch it subbed. There, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like it's just such a good dub. That's like honestly one of the best ones I've ever seen.
We're bringing it back.
Apparently, the one for I watched like an episode and it was actually pretty good. But the one for My Dress Up Darling was actually pretty good stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
dubbed. Interesting.
Yeah, dubbed.
I was gonna say a great dubbing job. Back to Persona.
Back to Persona.
Back to
Atlas has talent.
Atlas has it down on their dubbing.
Yeah, because even like I watched what I played. No, I played.
Catherine.
Gosh, what's the name of the game?
Catherine.
Catherine. There you go. Yeah, we played. I played Catherine dubbed or in English. Yeah,
they got it down. Yeah. So hopefully the wages go up so that we can get good people can get good quality dubbed voice acting, because I know some people just don't want to watch anime subbed. Understandable.
Yeah,
I like sub, but if the show gets to get watched because someone can see the dub,
absolutely,
that's all that matters.
Yeah, just got to have like good direction so that it's actually like a good dub. I feel like it's mostly the direction most of the time.
Yeah, we need to talk about the next episode. We need to talk about the next season of anime, because we've been I think we said we are gonna do that like a month.
Oh shoot! Already. Didn't Crunchyroll take off free watching?
Oh, free simulcast. Free watching of like of shows that are ongoing. So like you have to wait till the show is finished, I believe, to start watching it. Which makes sense, I guess. Sadly, it does make sense, but. It
was eventual, I think.
It was something that was eventually gonna happen.
We're gonna get a lot more pirates.
So that's what I was gonna say. Get a lot more. The 7 C's are coming out.
The 7 C's are back.
Get your friends who have an account.
We're all going on an adventure.
Trade accounts. Give them your net. Oh wait, no, you can't even do the Netflix one anymore.
Yeah, they're cracking down. They're hardcore cracking down.
Yeah, Netflix is charging if more than, or if people are using it from different households now.
Yeah.
Trade your damn, what do people got these days? I don't know. I'm out of touch with the
youth.
The youth. Today's youth. I'm out of touch with it.
Oh man.
I think we could call it.
All right. Sounds good.
We're almost at 50.
Almost to 50.